Like
first time I saw it was in a music studio. Like every other industry. First time I saw Paris Hilton's tape, A Night in Paris, was in the studio. The first time I saw Mary J. Blige being gagged on camera at Death Row after hours was in the studio.
Real life. If it ain't real life, it ain't real life. Just ain't real life street stars. You know what time it is.
And now, Jag, you spoke on Piers Morgan saying that you used to be in this world, of the sex worker world, and you've seen kind of the depravity that the human mind could go to.
You want to know one of the reasons why I was able to put myself in position to get the deal that I got?
Yeah.
Because of my sex work. See, I had just enough dirt on the right person to get me past Hank Shockley, who was blocking me to protect Mary J. Blige's very fragile image.
Oof. So let me ask.
Listen to me.
Please.
Prostitute and actress meant the same thing in 1865. If you were called an actress, that meant you were a prostitute. See, it's the evolution of the.
Yeah.
Look at Young Miami. Look at that girl.
Yeah,
Diddy brought me to my womanhood. Diddy, and I just said, baby, you need to work this out. You need to figure this out. Has everyone now that she's being named in these lawsuits now figured out that this is a acting ass liar?
Yeah, I'm still
Drea Kelly talking.
Yeah, I'm still stuck on her saying I like to get peed on and,
And that's supposed to be normal.
Yeah, to normalize it for the world at least. I'm like, damn, keep that between
Funny
you and
thing is, the 13-year-old girl who R. Kelly peed in her face on that video after having, statutory, whatever he had. Well, think about that. That was glorified.
Correct.
That video was everywhere. And now we got girls say, oh, I love it when he pees on me.
Yeah.
Do you see the evolution?
Yeah, that video the DVD was being sold like.
First time I saw it was in a music studio.
Damn.
Like every other industry porn. First time I saw Paris Hilton's tape, A Night in Paris, was in the studio. The first time I saw Mary J. Blige being gang raped on camera at Death Row after hours was in the studio. Why would all of this illicit be in a place where music is supposed to be created, energy, why would all of that be happening? Why would these things be hitting there before they make it out there to the world if it wasn't working hand in hand to begin with?
Now, there's a viral video going around where Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre are sitting there and they were on TRL.
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Dre's like, hey.
I don't know why ain't nobody talking about when CarsonDaly went to them Diddy parties. Because CarsonDaly did go to them Diddy parties.
Oh.
No different than Ashton Kutcher.
Damn. Okay.
No different than Hype Williams.
Oh.
Why don't nobody want to talk about Hype Williams? Usually if I send a shout out at somebody, people start really kicking things up. But it's almost as if Hype is like living under some wheat germ grass or some under Russell Simmons' ass in Bali. Is it time to put Hype Williams on a milk carton?
Melissa Ford just did an interview talking about how Hype Williams brought her out. Now, mind you, she's a video vixen, and it seems like the girls that used to be part of the music videos have stories to tell.
They should.
And
They're all sex workers. Yeah. And if they weren't, they felt like it when they went home.
Mm.
I don't think you'll ever hear about a woman saying that she was assaulted. His thing was turning straight men gay. That was his thing. Where's Hype? What's his last film project?
Belly? I don't know.
Yeah, DMX was a star in that.
Facts. Facts. Jab, my question to you is, and again, we're just talking the psychology of a man.
What if the entertainment industry is nothing but a cover for a worldwide sex ring?
You know, because we was talking about this the other day, and I asked you, what is the music industry? I said, what is the birthplace of it? And you told me how it started with the Italians and the Jews.
And the Jews, yeah.
Can you just get, for people who don't know, like, because
when
I've always thought black people started music, just me.
Well, the thing is we did. We were the culture. The Jews and the Italians monetized it and started setting prices. That's why Clarence Avant was so important to the Black community in entertainment. Because he was the go-between for the talent to the powers that be. He understood what their objective was and he knew what his people needed, and he created that balance, which is why Clive Davis hated him so much. See, people don't want to... Did y'all see when they interviewed Dapper Dan about Diddy?
I haven't seen that one. Please.
They ran into Dapper Dan in Harlem and they asked him what he thought about what was going on with Diddy and if he knew Diddy. And I love Dapper Dan for this. He said, I grew up with his parents. I knew his parents. He said, and what's going on with him has been going on long before him. Now, his father was a government snitch and a bad actor in the criminal world altogether. The woman that they're saying is his mother was a prostitute and a whore. But there's whispers in the streets of Harlem that Diddy's mother isn't alive, not his biological mother, that woman is his aunt.
Whoa.
There are whispers.
Wait a minute.
There are whispers. Diddy's story is so convoluted, but nobody really likes talking about who he was before he became Puffy. Nobody, like, I would love if I could be granted an interview with him. To interview Diddy now in his most raw state about his life up until the age of 15 only.
Gee.
We got to learn how to stop making Diddies. What made him him? Now, his pedigree, he comes from rat background. His father was a rat, snitch. Not revered. He turned on Frank Lucas, who was the king of Harlem. And yet, Diddy was able to, siphon off enough of that juice, just enough to get people, but he needed Gene. Yeah. Think about this. Gene was more of a father figure to Diddy than he was a bodyguard. And Gene was more than a bodyguard. He was an investigator. So when they went separate ways, clearly he couldn't hold up the act anymore. And that's why I said, when me and Gene sat right here, imagine how much more damage would have been done so much sooner if Gene wasn't there. Diddy was worried about what Gene thought about him. Yeah. He didn't have a father figure. And all the other guys around him, that's why I think they're all, from Pete Rock to all of them, are so shocked and surprised. Because he was not this in front of them. He still cared about what they thought about him, you see? but you get more money and you get more drug. This is a drug addict. He was arrested with his special little Tusi on him. And he knew he was coming. Why would you have that on you, G? What you was gonna bump into the last, you know what I mean?
Yeah, to the last hurrah.
Bump.
To the last hurrah. Hold on, wait, Jack. Gene on this couch has said that, that he used to chase Diddy, Puffy up the streets. Don't you feel like that in itself would psychologically make a man become a monster? I used to get bullied and picked on.
Not really.
Now I got the money to...
I hear what you're saying, but even still, bullying is one thing. This nigga is sick.
I don't know.
We're just talking about
I don't know what that is.
Assault. Somebody was just telling a story the other day. Said they went to a Diddy party and they ended up getting drugged, and when they woke up, they seen him, he was going in on somebody else, and they was like, oh my God, what are you doing? He was like, this was you last night.
Yeah, that happened. Yeah.
Who's...
So, Jack, let me ask you a question. This is just for
You just running around drugging people, socking them in a jail and popping them in their ass. Like, what is going on?
Damn, combo breaker. Jet, let me ask you the mentality, and I just want your psychology behind it. When we talked last time on the virtual, you mentioned who's on tapes and who got tapes out.
Yeah.
The purpose of having a recorded freak off.
Yeah.
What does that do for the male? What does that do for the female? Like, some females are cool with it. What is the thought behind that as far as, let's record this session and either rewatch, keep it for sale? Is it evidence? Is it just, like, what is the mentality behind having
if you can
the
own
visual
someone's
memory
sexuality,
of it?
Their vulnerability, if you can own that, you have the ability to control and manipulate that person. See, guys start off by saying, ooh, you sexy, man, I don't want to watch porn, I just want to watch us. See, that's the line.
That's the line.
Wouldn't you rather me be watching us than watching a bunch of other? See, the finesse, that fluff. You so sexy. Do you really want me watching anybody else but you? I could look at you all day. Vanity. See, make her feel special. Make her feel like she's the only, ooh, the object. Meanwhile, this nigga is sitting here thinking, so her daddy works at Sony and I need such and such's contract ended.
Does it also work this way for men?
Absolutely. And it's worse for the men. Women are used to being the victims of sexual, not men. No man walks in thinking that another man is looking at him like a lollipop. Not a straight man. You are only hip to the that you hip to. You know what I mean? Which is why you hear so many people say they went to Diddy parties and they felt like something was off and decided to leave, or they got invited to another room and they decided to go because they felt like it wasn't right, or whatever the case may be. These is literally walking in there not thinking. Seriously, but the thing is, they were still willing to take the chance to go because everybody's been hearing these whispers. Where is Tyson Beckford right now? And why is nobody talking about how after his stint at Russell Simmons and Diddy parties in the Hamptons, he went into pure drug addiction and now it's just disappeared. He's not acting. What is Tyson Beckford doing? He was one of the biggest figures in the modeling world. Matter of fact, we see a lot of supermodels that keep coming and going and coming and going. And there's just a few that stay. But of the women, Naomi Campbell is something special for a dinosaur.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out how she managed to get Ghislaine in jail and she's still walking around.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Starz, nigga. Move. Hey.